Welcome to another smoky day in Utah. So, I assume that most people have voted in the primary for those who are Republicans by this point. There is still a week, but I just wanted to point out to some of you who may be interested, like, what is this? Mind you, I got all of these on the exact same day. This one goes with, hey, cut taxes, reduce energy costs, tackle housing affordability. I was actually in a meeting with Brady Brammer where he said that we had a short in our state budget. So, because of stuff that's happening on the federal level, I think he said $250 million, but I might be totally bogus on that number. But if we're having a short in the state budget, why would we want to cut taxes even more? I don't know. And then we have the classic, hey, look who also thinks I'm awesome. And oh, he's cleaning up the lake. I wonder if the information on the lake, if that was actually taken before they started the building that they're currently doing on the side that's close to Provo Center Street, because the water in the river there is pretty mucky right now. I assume that it'll eventually clean itself out, but right now, with all of the building that's happening there, I don't know that that's going to happen. And of course, on the mass mailer, we've got endorsements here, and then we've got, oh, look at all these accomplishments. So that's all great and whatnot. But I did get this one. And this is kind of an anti-Brammer gerrymander notice. And so I have some questions for anyone who might know. At the beginning of last year, there was a town hall where Brady Brammer did not show up. And we talked in that town hall about, with our state legislators, why were they trying to ban unions with government employees? So I know a lot of people who attended were like, we don't really care, we're not part of the union, but at the same time, why ban something? Now, the legislator that I talked to, Kristen Chevrier, her excuse was that that allows individuals to then come to the legislators and talk to them about what they need in terms of compensation. That doesn't make a lot of sense. It really does make more sense to have union representatives come and talk rather than individuals come and talk. And a friend of mine said that her legislator said, well, that way each person can go and talk to the principal about how much compensation they want as a teacher. Now that doesn't make sense either. The education here in the state, teacher salaries and whatnot, aren't determined by your individual principal. They're mostly governed by your district. So compensation is decided by the district. And so I'm not sure why the state decided to become involved. Another issue besides the anti-union thing, which of course is going to be on the ballot because there was a citizen initiative against it, is why did they decide to get rid of voter privacy? So I usually have all of my personal information kept private. I recently left a party. I'm pretty angry at both parties, but that's not here or there. That's my own thing. Why can't we have voter privacy? I think that our state should be more on board with more privacy for its citizens rather than less privacy. And so it doesn't make any sense And, there's not really a good answer as to why they wanted to gerrymander the state, other than, of course, to try to prevent any more Democrats from being elected for whatever reason. That's neither here nor there. Yeah. So I don't understand why we have so much money coming in on the elections here in Utah. We typically here in Utah vote Republican. Um, so if you want a real strong say in who's getting elected, you join the Republican Party and then you can vote in the primary. Right now, we have a state map that was not drawn up by the legislators, and they decided that they wanted to try to challenge that. So currently, that is blocked by our judicial branch here in the state. But it's just like, why so many flyers, Brady Brammer? I'm tracking what you do. I follow you. I've gone to meetings where you're at. Why so much money sending out flyers and the giant boards that I've seen posted everywhere? They're not the little yard signs that I usually see. They're these big giant, like 4x6, or maybe they're 6x8. I don't know. They're huge, all over the state. But I don't see anything in any of these. Any of this material that's been sent out that explains why you're pro gerrymandering, why you want to get rid of our voter privacy, why you want to get rid of our ability to join unions if we're government employees, nothing like that. And I could go through all of this little details like cutting taxes. Woo, woo, woo. Guys, I don't mind taxes. Taxes pay for our government to do things. So my question is less cut taxes, cut taxes, cut taxes, and more, what are you doing with our taxes? Are you compensating our teachers appropriately and our government employees appropriately? Are you making our state stronger? Are you making sure that we have adequate housing? And these promises for more affordability and more housing, well, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now to help with that? Because I'm not finding that anywhere, and empty promises are empty promises, and you've been in for a while, and what are you doing? So state legislators need to get on the ball and stop just trying to pass legislation and to join in on the party get-go and whatnot. Anyhow, my ramblings for this day, this very smoky day, because we're in wildfire season. Because here in Utah, everybody thinks it's somebody else's problem, and then we end up with all these. So it shouldn't really be called wildfires. It should be called human-caused fires, because most of them are human-caused. And we're coming up on fireworks season and city celebration seasons, and we end up with millions of dollars in damage every year from just fireworks, and then there's all these wildfires. And I wish I could count all my fellow citizens to be responsible and careful, but yeah, it looks different to every person. Anyhow, happy Father's Day, happy Flag Day, happy Freedom Day, and I hope that we can be more free and do things that make sense.